The White Castle Kingdom has fallen. So, I went to White Castle yesterday for the first real, time getting it fresh from the place. I gotten the Costco, boxes of sliders that you would just make yourself in the oven or in the microwave, right? Just the basic burger, onion, cheese sliders. And those were pretty decent. So, me and my friends yesterday, we decided to go to White Castle. And also because we wanted to try the Midnight Sprite. It's like this flavor that you can only get at White Castle as far as I know. It's a grape special flavor. And so, I'm pretty hyped to go there. Obviously, White Castle has been around for a long time. And so you would think that they would know what they're doing when it comes to fast food, right? Well, my experience sadly did not reflect that reality. First of all, I had to go out of my way for this White Castle because they closed the one down North Town, which is unfortunate. I mean, whatever, right? Just a bit of driving. Oh well. Now, when I go and get my medium sodas, which were, they were pretty large. Honestly, they looked like they could have been extra large to me. But, whatever, right? I go to get my sodas. I go to the soda fountain machine. And what I discover is that they only had diet soda. Every single flavor of soda was out of stock unless it was diet, which that's a complete total structural failure. Just complete logistics failure. I don't know how you do that. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like Coke or Pepsi that they didn't have, because those are popular flavors, but nope. Every single flavor, every single soda, nothing. How does that even happen? Can someone explain that to me? What can go so wrong? Was there a field trip, and God forbid the school took them the White Castle of all places, and every single soda there, they just chose every single flavor or something? And there's 100 to 200 kids just, absolutely draining the White Castle soda machine? It makes no sense. What happened, right? And now, I just decide, well, I'll just have the grape Sprite, because you figure that's close enough, right? Grape Sprite, yeah, whatever. Even if it's diet, even if I, personally believe that if you're gonna have, your soda, you should just have the full fat version, just because diet soda probably has even more mysterious chemicals in it than normal soda does. Who knows what they put to imitate that fake corn syrup sugar, but whatever, right? So I get it, and for some reason the aftertaste was spicy. A grape soda aftertaste was spicy for some reason. I don't know if it was a combination with the burger, but I mean, this was happening even before I partook in any of the sliders. So I don't know if it was just another operational failure by the soda machine, but it just doesn't make sense. What was going on with the soda machine that they just can't get anything right? And then, I take a bite. Oh, by the way, I also have to ask for a straw. I wasn't given a straw automatically. I had to ask for it, which, I mean, that's just a minor, grievance, but it's still kind of weird. Was the worker expecting I was just gonna drink it like a cup or something? I don't know. That seems a little silly to me, but whatever, maybe that's just a White Castle thing, right? So I take the first bite, and I have a chicken slider, chicken cheese. Now, usually I'm a pretty big fan of these chicken cheese sliders, but this one tasted exactly like a school lunch type of chicken patty meal. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because typically school lunch chicken patties, they're pretty damn good for school lunch. But keep in mind, this is a White Castle. This is supposed to be nice, or not nice, but it's a fast food restaurant. You would think that they would have better chicken. And I mean, it's White Castle, it's not Chicken Castle or something, but still, it's kind of hard to mess up chicken sandwiches, is it not? Like, it was dry, it was kind of flavorless. Like, it was just rather disappointing. But, whatever, right? It's White Castle, you come here for the sliders. So, I take a bite of the sliders. They had some pretty nice sliders. There was the burger and cheese. They had the bacon, cheeseburger variant. They have the jalapeno cheese variant. Those are all fine and dandy, but compared to the overall experience I have with, the chicken slider, it just didn't make up for the disappointment that I had. Like, it's just a fine burger. Like, it's just any old burger that you could get from any place. Like, it just wasn't hitting. It wasn't, hitting the spot. And it's an establishment that's been open for over a century. Like, what is going on for that century that their sliders are, just passable, just decent, right? Like, surely they would know how to make a lovely, delectable slider, but, it was just alright, Now, supposedly the milkshakes are pretty good. I didn't have them, but, that's what I heard from my friend, right? But, these other instances of the White Castle experience. Now, I will say, White Castle, they have the best designed, actual building out of probably any fast food place, because everybody else is kind of just swapped to minimalism and brutalist architecture. And White Castle keeps that iconic, castle look in the inside. It has like the old school, like piping and plumbing. And they have the White Castle colors, the blue and yellow, almost just like like it's hanging in the rafters. It's pretty cool, right? You can tell it's White Castle and it's not just a building, like you might see with how McDonald's changed the gray all the buildings have. They don't even have the plate faces anymore, right? White Castle is very distinguishable. I'll give them points for that. Now, the problem is, what the hell? The problem is, when I woke up the next morning, now keep in mind, when I had the spicy jalapeno food for cheese from White Castle, it wasn't very spicy at all. Typical fast food thing, it's not spicy, whatever, I'm not going to complain, right? Now, when I wake up, I had to burp, and I let it out, and it felt like a gassed fireball from Minecraft just exploded in my mouth. It felt like I had hot lava coming out of there, like something was going wrong. I don't know what happened, but it also, that feeling stuck with me for a while. It didn't really truly go away until I decided to brush my teeth. I don't know what happened. That was awful. That was truly a horrible experience. And I'm very disappointed that, the White Castle horror show that I went to yesterday, it still decided to, mess with me, even into the next day. I can't even wake up into the morning, and there's just an immediate reminder of how almost despicable my White Castle experience was that. Just very strange. Overall, White Castle was just very strange. It just gave me a very strange experience, I'm not gonna lie. So, I don't know if the soda thing, that was just, they were out of stock for a bit. I'm needlessly complaining, but you wouldn't expect that to happen at like a McDonald's or somewhere else that's popular, right? And here we have White Castle, this place that, doesn't seem too busy. And we have all the sodas are out except for Diet. Just very random. You have just a total failure of a chicken slider. You have strange aftertastes with the soda that's available. You have, you have regrets when you wake up the next morning and you realize you had White Castle. And by the way, it's not like I was forcing myself to eat this and I was full. No, I waited all day to eat this. I hadn't eaten for a few hours. This was my dinner. And that was my experience. Even though I was totally hungry, it was just like, after a while, I was just like, why am I even eating this? It was just disappointing. White Castle, your kingdom has fallen. I will now make it my mission to end you for this. You have crossed me, and I will make sure that you will fall. My Cima out.